So thank you everybody for joining us. I'm Kelley Williamson. I'm the plant-based kitchenista. If you haven't met me before, if you have, we do these classes about every 2 weeks. We are kind of heading into the holidays, of course, which is hard to believe. It just seems like we just had the holidays. It was just the first of the year. But probably in November, December, because it's hard to get 2 classes in, we'll probably go down to 1. But of course, November is going to always be the holidays kind of a class, and December will be the holidays class. So we'll always have the good things to start cooking way before the Thanksgiving holiday or the Christmas holidays and all that. So I will get those recipes out. I know this one was a little bit late. I was doing some traveling and things and kind of got a little bit lost track of time, and work was busy and things. So, but I will get the November classes out stuff in here in the next couple days. So we'll get that going. And that's always a good class because it's like I said, the food that, that we share, and Jerry's, he loves it because when we teach classes, especially when we used to do the face-to-face, he would have probably Thanksgiving meal, I don't know, 4 or 5 times because we do all these classes, and he never got tired of it. After about the 5th time, I was like, okay, I think I'm done with the sweet potatoes and everything, but it's always really good. So I'll have Jerry go ahead and come up and introduce himself. The 2 things we are going to do is we're going to be doing Japanese, so stuffed rice balls, which is really fun. It's a really quick way to be able to do sushi without doing the rolls of sushi and everything else that you need to do, and you can make it really pretty for parties. So if you're looking for the actual pronunciation, we still on? Okay. Yeah, I just saw something flop up on the computer on the side of me. So oni, Jerry, it's onigiri is how you say it. So OHNIGEEREE. So that's how you pronounce the name. But stuffed rice balls is what they call it, and then an Asian ramen salad. So I will go ahead and have Jerry come up, introduce himself. I'll make sure he has the mic, and then we'll get started.
Hi, everybody. Jerry Casados here. If you don't know me, there's a few first timers here, I think I saw. Yeah, I'm a plant-based nutritionist. I've been a plant-based nutritionist for now 10 years. Yeah, I've changed careers from IT to this because of changing to a plant-based diet 15 years ago. We've both been plant-based now 15 years because of my own health reasons. And what I'm doing, though, is trying to educate people about plant-based nutrition and the benefits of all that, health benefits, of course. I had health reasons. I was on 3 blood pressure meds and cholesterol med, and now I'm all off, lost 35 pounds. And thanks to Dr. John McDougall, sure you've heard of him. I went to his 10-day living program and got better. So that inspired me to do a change of career and go back to school and be a nutritionist. But announcement to make, I'm doing a class on November 11th through Meetup. So be on the lookout for that. I'll probably post it tomorrow. And it's going to be basically a basic what is a plant-based diet and a start solution, which I teach from McDougall's program. And then we're going to talk about the microbiome too. I'm getting into the microbiome. There's a lot of information about that, how important it is, how important fiber is. So there's a lot to do with the microbiome because their gut health is so important nowadays. And a lot of the chronic diseases, autoimmune diseases are coming from a leaky gut. And we'll get into some of that and some basic nutrition concepts and stuff. If you've heard my presentations before, some of the same stuff from Dr. McDougall Start Solution stuff. So, and debunking a lot of the plant-based diet myths that we know about, protein, calcium, all that stuff we hear. So, but other than that, I'll just be behind the computer and just watch. So enjoy.
Okay, let me just check the. Okay. All right, you'll just have to read me the questions because it's not up here on this computer. All right, so we are going to make 4 different flavors, which is really kind of cool. This is when you're doing the stuffed rice balls, you can do so many different flavors. So if you've got special things that you really like, so you want to stuff it with avocado or all those different things, it's pretty much anything you want to do, you actually can make. So we are going to be doing a peanut butter bell pepper, a miso walnut, an edamame sesame, and then a lime avocado. But think about you got cucumber and you've got all the different vegetables out there. So you could probably have like 20 different flavors if you're going to do a party or take it over to friends and family. So get creative with this. That's the fun part. All right, so we're gonna make the first one. So we're gonna do the peanut butter bell pepper. So I'm gonna add the roasted bell pepper. And you could make this up ahead of time, so you don't have to do it the day of. So it's one of those things that you could have all these different flavors all mixed up and ready to go. And then the day that you're having a party or get together, holidays, people love sushi as appetizers type of thing. Then you're pretty much ready to go. You can just make them up, serve them, and you're good. So I actually decided to not do the peanut butter today, but I did almond butter. So we are going to try that out. But the peanut butter one is just as good. I just figured that I had a little bit of almond butter left, so I did use that. And then we're going to do grated ginger. So you'll notice my ginger, of course, is in a bag. It just came out of the freezer. So I get lots of ginger and then I freeze it. And just keep it in a baggie and stuff in the freezer. And then once you've got your microplane or whatever kind of grater that you have, all you need to do is just take the ginger just like this. You don't have to worry about peeling off, like taking a spoon and peeling off the skin. If you freeze it, all you need to do is just start grating it. And you'll have this, and then the cool thing about it is like if you have a piece like this, it'll end up being this little piece like this. If you keep it in the refrigerator too long, you end up losing it. So when you do it this way, it smells wonderful. You have fresh ginger all year round. Never have to worry about running out. So I'm just grating it. Once in a while, you'll see like a piece of maybe the piece of skin will come off. Something, just do that like that. You'll see like this. You can just pull it off if you want. But otherwise, it just grates up really, really well. And it keeps you from having to grab a spoon and do all those fun things. Okay, so we're doing half of a teaspoon. So that's about right, just a little bit more. And then when you're done with it, all you do, put it back in the baggie, put it back in the freezer. And then you have fresh ginger for the next time that you're looking for it. All right, so we're going to blend this up real quick. And then I'm going to grab a bowl. That's the fun part. It's almost like making, like when you're making like sugar cookies and things I remember that with my mom. And so you'd have all these different bowls full of all the the sprinkles and all the fun things and stuff that you need to be able to make those cookies. And this is like the same thing. You're going to put all these different flavors in bowls, and then you're going to add the rice. And you don't need a lot. I mean, because you get a lot of flavor just by this little amount. So you could have, if you were doing a party, I was thinking about this the other day, this would be a really fun class and stuff to do when you're doing like when I do like a live cooking class, and you could just put all these different flavors on the tables and then have everybody roll their own balls and away they go. Okay, so we'll just put that off to the side. All right, so you just got this nice, pretty red mixture. So once you mix it with the white rice, you're going to have it where it's going to turn a little bit of pink, kind of the reddish color, which is really pretty. So that's one. That off to the side. Then we're going to do the miso walnuts. So let me grab another dish. Got miso. Okay, what's the question? I would agree. It's so let me tell you what the flavor's like. Making sure I'm not getting just a whole bunch of the almond butter here. It's got it's kind of like a creamy, nutty, and a little bit of pepper flavor. And it's actually really good. So I know, I would agree. It's not one of those ones and stuff you wouldn't think about a mixture of that, but it's actually really good. And it's really pretty when you mix it in with the rice. So try it. You'll like it. All right. So, and if you don't have the roasted bell pepper already in the jar, which you can use because it's easy, just cut it up. You could also roast your own bell pepper. So just by throwing it in the oven, 350, let it blister up, and then put it in something like a container like this and put the plastic wrap over it, and then just let it sit. And then it's really easy to peel off the outer skin and chop it up, and you're ready to go. Or if you got a gas stove, you can actually do it on top too. So really easy to do. All right, so then you've got the miso, and then we've got walnuts that are all chopped up. You could actually just do them regular if you want, regular walnuts just right out of the bag, or the raw walnuts, or you could actually roast them up, whatever way you'd like to do it. So then you just grab the miso because it's been sitting out a little bit. And you could do there's dark misos, light misos, There's all kinds of different flavors and looks. So, depending on if you wanted maybe like some dark gray type of the sushi balls, the stuffed balls and stuff, you could do the dark miso. I picked kind of a medium. You can get the really light, but I picked more, and I figured like the colors, like kind of the reddish color. Then I have a little bit of the kind of the brown, kind of maybe a little bit of the kind of like a coffee color. I thought would be pretty. So just mix it all in. If you don't want walnuts, you can do pine nuts, you could do almonds, you can do, any flavor that you want. You could do pistachios, which are really good. I think anything with pistachios is good. All right, so that's just mixed up there. So number 2, easy to do. And then we're going to do edamame sesame. So I just took the edamame just because I knew I was going to be actually mixing up and blending up the red peppers. So I just took regular edamame that came right out, was out of the freezer, thawed out a little bit, and it looked just like this a few minutes ago. And then I just put it in the food processor because, putting like this size inside these small little stuffed rice balls, a little hard to eat, but you could still do it. It could be almost like I'm trying to think of with some of the candy and stuff, like you have a little surprise almond in the middle. It could be just like that. But I thought just to mix it in and to give the color and the texture, I actually ground it up. So we have this, and then we have black sesame seeds. So I use Savory Spice. Actually just went there this weekend, but I always have black sesame seeds on hand. The reason why is because anytime you do like an Asian salad or cucumbers with kimchi, that type of thing, the black sesame seeds are so pretty. So I'm just going to dump those in. Mix that in. Very different flavors. So you're going to get, that edamame, which is just a really nice fresh flavor. And then you're going to get a little bit of the nuttiness with the sesame seeds. And in this, you could add a little bit of tamari if you wanted to. You could add a little bit of spice, like if you wanted, like sambal olik or any of those sriracha, you could add that in. Okay. That one's ready to go. Pretty, nice, kind of a lime green, and then has the little black specks in it, which is really pretty. And then the fourth one, grab the bowl. We are going to do avocado and lime, which those are easy. Those are easy always to put together. So I already peeled down the lime, and then I've got the lime zest in there, so I'm going to add that in. And the cool thing about that also, because what does lime do? It actually helps you keep the avocado and stuff from turning colors. So I've got the avocado here. I am just going to slice it up into little thin slices. I'm going to put it on the board and I'll chop it up just a little bit more. And the nice thing about it, you can grab a spoon if you want, or just grab your avocado, fold it in half like that and keep squeezing. There you go. So then I'll just grab the knife. So if you get any little bad piece or something, where it's starting to get just a little bit brown on the edges, or you've got a little bit of spot, just pull them out. Most of the avocados right now are really nice. They're really good. Over the summer, not so good. I think they were maybe in a trucks too long or something. I don't know what was exactly on, but now they're coming back and looking really pretty. Spot. And you want the pieces where they're bite-sized, enough to when you're gonna put the rice in it, that you actually have nice pieces of it versus big chunks. So just kind of give it a couple really good chops. Turn off your knife. This one will be this one and the red pepper, I do love edamame though too. All of them are gonna be my favorites. We'll just do them all. All right, let me grab another spoon so I can scrape that off. And then just give it a really good mix because you want to make sure you have the lime juice over everything. So you're going to get a little bit, I love avocado in sushi. So you're going to get that creaminess. There's nothing better than avocado sushi, or if they put avocado on the top, which is really pretty. But you'll also get a little bit of that lime. So you're going to get a little bit of that acid and that punch, which is really good together. Just mix it up. And if you need to, if you see some big pieces, just kind of get your spoon in there, smush them down a little bit. And there we go, avocado. Not very exciting, but it's actually going to be really good. Okay, so we got the 4 there. All right, so I've got the rice already. I did the sushi rice. I did it inside of the, down real quick. I did it just right inside of the pressure cooker. So, which I love, the Instant Pot. Yep, let me grab the sushi rice bag Jerry was just saying. Show you, there's all kinds of different flavors or different brands out there. This one's the Lundberg, which I know you probably see in most of your stores. And so it's just California gourmet sushi rice. Easy to make. I actually, in the pressure cooker, follow the amount of water and everything that says in the back, or you can do broth. But I decided to go ahead and just do water for this one. And then put it in the pressure cooker for about 15 minutes. And it's perfect. Comes out perfect. Nice and sticky. So I've been letting it cool just a little bit, because if it's, really hot and stuff, it's really hard to handle. And then when you look at the rice, you're like, you're looking at it and you're like, well, is that going to be enough rice? But think about when you make things, because first time I ever rolled sushi, it's one of those things you're like, oh, I'm going to pack it all in there and I'm going to roll it up. And then what ends up happening is you get these big, huge, sushi rolls, and you've got all this rice and things in them. So you always want to make sure that, in sushi, when you're doing it, and even the balls here that we're doing, the stuffed rice balls, you want to keep things small, because it's easier, if you've got something that's about this size, or you've got a sushi roll that's about this size, maybe even a little bit smaller, it's easy to take it with your chopsticks and then be able to dip it into the wasabi. And wasabi is easy to get. You can get it at any store, and it's pretty much, you can either get it in powder, where you mix in water and you make your own wasabi paste type of thing, or you can buy it now in the tubes too, where you can just, squirt out a little bit as much as you need. So 2 different ways that you can get sushi, and the powder's really nice, and also the tube's nice because you have it around all the time. And that's one thing that Jerry and I really like. We're big on wasabi. We like that, the kind of that cleans out your nose and your sinuses and everything's good. So, all right, so I'm going to grab, so what we're going to do, if you're following along, so we've got everything mixed up together. And so then I'm going to take the rice and I'm going to put it into the different bowls to mix them up. So you can do it 2 ways. So this way, you're going to get the flavor and the color all the way around the stuffed rice balls. Or you can just say, you know what, I don't want to do that. I want to just take the rice ball and I want to put it, roll it into a ball. And then what I want to do is I want to put my finger or thumb into it. And then I want to stuff it in the middle, but I want to have everything white on the outside, and maybe wrap it with a strip of seaweed or something like that. Or you can, like we're going to do, is we're going to roll it in edamame with black and white sesame seeds. So up to you, whatever you want to do as far as how you want to make them. I'm going to make them where they're all mixed together, because I thought, how pretty. So let's grab. Have more avocado to wrap them in. All right, so grab the 4 spoon. All right, so just kind of grab the bunches, and you can tell it is very sticky. That's what you want with sushi. So this is probably, I would say, because it's been sitting out for a little bit, it's lukewarm, which is just perfect, because by the time I get everything put together, it'll be at the right temperature. Okay, so just kind of keep. I'm going to have a lot of edamame one. That made a lot. So this was actually 3/4 of a cup dry with 1.5 cups water or broth, either one that you want to do. And then I put it in the Instant Pot. But you could do it on the stove. It's just faster and like more, I guess, more efficient for me when I just put it in the Instant Pot. Then I can just clean the pot and everything's all ready to go. So yeah, sticky, very sticky. Okay, grab them up. Kind of mix them all together. Like I said, you could do this the day ahead of time. So you could mix all the rice and everything that's like just like this, mix it ahead of time, put the tops on, put it in the refrigerator, and then the next day, roll them up, and you've got everything ready. Great appetizers. Especially like New Year's Eve. How fun to, like either go out, or if you're at home and watching, watching all the shows and all that, because we're not much on going out on New Year's Eve, but you could have appetizers. It can be all, it could be the stuffed rice balls. Okay, one down, two down. This is one too, if you're at home. Fingers. Definitely could do that. Put your fingers in there and mush them all up. Almost like mixing cookie dough. You just want to make sure that all of your, this smells so good. The miso in here smells really good. Just want to mix it up, make sure you've got everything all flavored up. Okay, while I'm doing this next one, I am going to put, for the salad, because it has, because what we're going to do is we're going to do the ramen noodles. I'm going to get them started. They only take a couple minutes, but I want them to cool off. So pretty color. You got the greens, you kind of got the browns, a little bit of the kind of the almond colors. All right, so I do have this. So it's really cool. I'll actually pull this out. These are fun little packets. You can get just the regular ramen noodles, but in the like in the health natural grocers type of stores, they have this. And I actually saw these in King Supers the other day, which is Kroger here. So Ocean's Halo organic ramen noodles, and so they come in these little packets like this, which is really cool. So get them like this. And so and you don't have to worry about like the flavor packets or anything like that. So you can just grab them up, and if you want some quick ramen, throw some vegetables in it. Packs are all ready to go. So I'll put that. Jerry wants to show it. So I'm just going to open them up. And these are only going to take about 2 to 3 minutes. So you want them where they're al dente when we're going to make the Asian ramen salad. You don't want them where they're mushy. And then we're going to rinse them with a lot of cold water, because if you don't and stuff, they stay really sticky. And then to try to make, like when you're trying to put all these vegetables, and it's going to be a really pretty salad, everything will stick together. So you got to make sure you really rinse them really well. So let me get these in there. Done. That should only take, like I said, 2 to 3 minutes. It'll give me time to stir up another bowl. Okay, get the green edamame and sesame seeds. I think the easiest one to probably mix, or the two easiest ones, are the avocado, because it's very creamy, and then the roasted red pepper. Get those in there. This would be fun if you've got kids that like sushi. This would be fun for the edamame for like a Halloween, because of the little black sesame seeds in there. Cute. You could actually make them up, roll them up in little balls, and then you can have little antennas and things on them. They'd be really cute. Okay, get that one just about mixed. Sticky rice. Okay. You notice they'll start coming apart. It's going. All right, last mix. Probably could have used a little more rice in this one. Okay. Red, green, kind of a, not taupe, but like a coffee, and another green one. Pretty. They look pretty just sitting there like that. It's almost like you could put a little bit of like sesame seeds on it, and some tamari, and away you could go. So I didn't add any rice flour, but could you add rice flour? Yes. The noodles are, so these are not, but you can get any type of ramen noodles and stuff. I've seen them where they're gluten-free. These, we don't have gluten issues here, but these are organic wheat, water, and sea salt is on there. But I have seen in the different, I've even seen this, I think I've seen this brand too, gluten-free. So you could definitely do that. Or, you could always substitute out and do some kind of a rice noodle instead of the ramen noodles for the salad. So you could get the same look and feel with gluten-free things. All right, let me check this real quick. Try one. And now, Mona, I know you were here at the last class, so hopefully I can keep a handle on the noodles since I like clumsily dumped them last time. It's forever in a video. So I've set towels on fire. I've done all kinds of different things. So I'm just dumping them into a strainer here. A little bit of a bath there. I recovered nicely. Thank you. I was like, Jerry did to that. He's done that to me on a class. One time we had a class at Natural Grocers and was helping with the noodles and stuff, big pan of them, and dumped them all down the drain. But we recovered nicely. We just, same thing. We just was like, okay, hold on. We'll make some more noodles. At least noodles don't take very long. Let that go for just a minute or two. Yeah, you can tell them, and when you separate them out, they are very, very sticky. So that's why we want to get as much of the stickiness out. Another way, because otherwise you have them just huge clumps. Yeah, we've actually had where I dumped the hummus pasta recipe. We've actually had it another time since. I just made it over the weekend again because I liked it so much, and it's such a pretty dish, and it's nice to have like hummus or like a creaminess in your pasta without all the nuts, like cashews and all that, the things that make it, there's like highly, I guess, caloric. Yeah, so it's really a good one. Okay, so now we've got everything all ready to go here. So I'll just start. Let me grab the dish. Time. So just kind of grab them. Roll them into little balls. Put them on, find a really pretty plate. The sushi is all about, the presentation and the plates. And sometimes too, like if you put it in like if you did this and put it, so you made them the day ahead of time, and then you put them in the refrigerator, you're also going to get the where everything sticks together a little bit easier too. So it's always a fun thing to have it the next day. These are going to be mine. All right, I got 3 of those. Let's do. We can do some colors. You cut my head off? Cameraman. All of a sudden I'm talking hands. That's okay. Maybe I'll do 3 of each. That way we can have them where they're pretty and done. Over there. Already, look at that. Now he's got permission to cut off my head. And that's without even doing anything to him. All right. Really pretty green. Black sesame seeds. Darker than the avocado. Makes it even prettier. After we're done, I'll roll them all because Jerry will be like, I want some for lunch tomorrow. We always talk about Jerry and his lunches on Fridays when I do the classes. he will start lunch at like 10:30 to make sure he's got whatever the leftovers are. Lucky man. I could have used just a little more rice on the roasted red pepper one. Oops. As I mess up my presentation. The red pepper smells really good with the almond butter. Okay. We're looking to, so we've got, let me just move this a little bit. Ruins the presentation when I drop something. So we're starting, and we've got a clubhouse, that new place that we're living at. So we're going to start some to try them out. So kind of trying them out a little again. There's, I would say, we'll see how it goes. We see some places that, that classes are doing well in person. And then there's still some people that, especially in Colorado and stuff, that are like, not going to do it. All right, so I'm just going to hold this off to a second, and I want to get the salad going, so we have that ready, and then we'll decorate these. But just without even doing anything, oops, don't move. How pretty. All right, set that there for a second. We're going to roll them here in just a few minutes. All right, so let's make the dressing. Pull everything over here. So the dressing has runny tahini. So it's sometimes hard. This one's actually really cool. I just got this one at a regular grocery store. Creamy, squeezable, and ready. So you can tell it's really runny. Sometimes when you get it, it gets really hard, but this is a really nice one to be able to like drizzle on and do things you need to do. So you can see, just dumping that in. That. And then we've got low sodium soy sauce or tamari. If you want a little different flavor, you could do coconut aminos, which are really good. And then we've got a place to put. We've got maple syrup or agave. Or if you don't want to do that, you could do monk fruit sweetener, or you could do date paste. And then you've got rice vinegar. Gives you your nice like acid flavor. And then you've got ginger. So some more ginger. All right, we're going to do quite a bit of ginger. Yum. It's much easier. It's been sitting out. The ginger's been sitting out here. Much easier to use when it's frozen because you just grate it up and ready to go. Here it gets a little bit more. Add as much ginger as you want. I really like ginger in things. I would say Jerry was probably not a big fan of ginger, but has become a big fan of ginger now. He likes it. Yeah. Then I'll just put that back in the freezer. So even though it's been sitting out and getting a little soft, put it back in the freezer, all good to go. All right, you got the ginger, and then you've got hot sauce. You don't have to add the hot sauce, but it just gives a nice little flavor. So you could do sambal alik, which is like a sweet chili paste. You could do sweet chili sauce. You could do sriracha, which is this one. Pretty much any of the different hot sauces that you want, or no hot sauce at all. Just mix this up. Nice thing about the runny tahini versus something that's a little bit more, the tahini's a little more solid. Easy to just do this. You don't have to put it in a blender, food processor to mix it all up, and it's ready to go. So taste. A little bit of spice, sriracha, but it then has like a really kind of like creamy, but then you taste a little bit of the acid and stuff, and a little bit of the sweetness. Really good. And it actually is going to be more than enough. So you could actually, for what you're making with the salad, you could actually turn around and keep it for another salad or add it to some other things and stuff down the road. All right, so then in a big bowl, We're going to add the noodles. So nice noodles that are not all stuck together. And then when you're just kind of like putting them into the bowl, you could separate them out because every once in a while you're going to find a little spot that maybe you just need to separate. Go. Then we've got, so the different things we're going to add. So we got the ramen noodles in here. We've got broccoli. It's all chopped up, tiny little pieces, because you're thinking about, you want all the flavors to come together. So it's all just the florets, and I just did a quick chop on them. Ready to go. And then you've got purple or red cabbage, depending on what you want to call it, and then the regular green. Jerry's favorite, most of the time when I'm cutting up or I'm chopping up cabbage, he's in the kitchen grabbing cabbage. Then you have shredded carrots. You could buy the shredded carrots if you want. Let's just see. What am I gonna do with shredded carrots after I just did them? So let's just add them in there. They don't really like hold very well, so we will just put them on the salad. We'll just add some. So if you look at it already, just without even doing anything to it, look at you've got all the pretty colors. So you could do, roasted red bell pepper in it, all kinds of different flavors and vegetables, whatever you're looking for. You could actually add cucumbers, which is really good, especially with this, the dressing and stuff would be really good in here. All right, so we've got everything in here. I've got it all mixed up together. Make sure I've got everything, cabbage, all that. All right. And then just grab your tongs, or if you're at home, hands. And what's nice about this too, it's, if you're wanting to eat really healthy, I mean, we do a lot of noodle salads, Asian noodle salads. And the reason why we do them is because, you've got the cooked noodles and stuff, but you've got all these raw vegetables, which are really good for you. And your body loves it. And anything with a purple, or if you call it red cabbage, I know it's different in different parts of the country. It makes things pretty. Should we get everything all mixed in there? All right, so there is the salad. Now I want to go ahead and do a little bit of different things with I'll add the dressing here in just a second. Let me grab these. All right, so we have the avocado ones. And so some fun things to be able to do with it is if you've got like your black sesame seeds. This reminds me of Christmas, like cookies. You've got all the different, the sprinkles and the nuts and all the fun things. Then you've got your white sesame seed, your toasted white sesame seeds. Okay, so you can actually just roll it. And then you want to add some white to it. Like that. So if you look at it, you've got the black sesame seeds and the white sesame seeds. So just a nice flavor. Gives you a nice toasty kind of a nut flavor, which is really good on it. I'll just add a few more, just different looks and feels. So some of them just going to have little sprinkles on them and some will have fully rolled. Then we have avocado. This is my little avocado saver. California balsamics are really good. I agree. All right, so just do thin slices of avocado. Fan it out. And since they're so small, the middle piece. Let's add the roasted red pepper. Then you just kind of do a little squeeze on it. Let's do another couple. Sushi restaurants are much faster than me, but they do it. You know, how many orders of sushi do they do a day? So and you could be as creative, as fun as you want to do this. I think I'm going to leave the avocado, the edamame ones. I think I'm because they're so green, they're so pretty. And then the other thing that you can do, so but you could add, you know, you've got the whole edamame, so you could add that on top. That way everybody knows what they are. And then let's see, was there anything else that we could add? I'll just do the black sesame seeds. And then the other thing that you can do is grab your seaweed. Grab a sheet, only need about a half a sheet. Got it. Only need about and then what you can do is take, like, let's say, we'll take this one. You can wrap it. Kind of hold it for a second. Wrap it in seaweed. You can actually buy strips of seaweed without having to sit and cut all of it, but it's a much cheaper just to chop it up. You could also, if you don't like seaweed, these are Jerry's, or I'll pull it off. You can also do soy paper. And you can get all types of different flavors of soy paper off of Amazon or in your stores. Best place I've seen though, Amazon. All right, so since I've got the black, let's add some of the white sesame seeds. You don't have to. You can actually, so if you get it right off of the, so you can just like take it and you know, when it's frozen in the bags, you could just grab it and then go ahead and use it that way. But if you're gonna like, if you want to just like eat it, but I would eat it just like this. I put it in salads. Like I have a Vietnamese salad and a couple other things. I'll take it just right out of, so I just peel it right out of the pods and I eat it just like this. Got to defrost it. But otherwise, you know, if you want it softer, then you can heat it up and you can boil them and stuff, or you can put them in the microwave, but these are good just like that. Okay, so I think we've got everything here. That's all prettied up. Just add some black sesame seeds around so you can see it. I'm going to put the dressing. Salad. If you have extra leftover avocado, you can also add that into the salad. So just drizzle a little bit on. Always go low, add more as you need them. Make sure you get everything covered. You have if the noodles start to like stick maybe just a little bit, just separate them out. Taste it. More dressing. Yeah, there's more than enough dressing. This recipe makes enough for next day. And the good thing about these type of salads, especially when you do the noodle salads, they are so much better the second day because everything, all the different dressings and the flavors and stuff have all come together and they're wonderful. Okay, so let me dump this one into the bowl. Watch my time. We're good on time. Isn't that pretty? Or even dump it in the bowl. Like I said, you could use, spaghetti noodles, you could use linguine, you could do, I mean, pretty much any kind of you could do udon. So anything that you're looking for, any type of noodle. You don't have to do the ramen, but it's a fun way to use ramen. Gluten free or not gluten free. Oh, that's pretty. This is, as Mona would say, this is Jerry's bowl. And then left what I had left over there, that's my bowl. That's what Jerry loves this stuff. All right, so then I've got just add a couple more. You've got your black sesame seeds, so might as well use what I've got here. You don't have to do the black sesame seeds. They just add such pretty color. And then I don't have to put it back in the jar. And I've got white sesame seeds. Just put those in my hand easier. And I'll toast it up. Okay. And then you can, like I said, you could put the avocado if you wanted to. So I'll just do a little bit of avocado. And then I have toasted almonds. All this is optional just to make it pretty, crunchy, all those good things. But you don't have to do it. You could just leave it just the noodles and the vegetables. Voila. That looks good just to eat by itself. Yum. Jerry, before we eat dinner, is probably gonna be like, roll the rest of this because this could easily be his plate plus another one. He would eat that much of it. Okay, so here we go. Trying to get everything out of the way. This also too, if you've got your edamame that's left over, you could put edamame in here too. Great way to use your edamame up. All right, so make sure I don't stick my arms in the avocado. So there is your Asian ramen salad. So you've got all the delicious noodles. You've got kind of a nutty, little bit spicy dressing. But like I said, don't put the sriracha in if you don't want spicy. All these fresh vegetables that are the raw vegetables. And then you've got your sesame seeds, just a little bit of avocado for the prettiness. You've got the almonds, but you don't have to do all those. But doesn't that look great? That's like, put a fork in it and away you go. And then there is your Japanese stuffed rice balls. So you've got sushi. This one almost looks like salmon or something that's on that one, which is really pretty. But like I said, you can make them as colorful and as pretty as you want. You could do, like these guys and stuff. I said, if you made it for kids and stuff, you could put little antennas on them so they kind of look like little caterpillars. You could put them together like a caterpillar, all kinds of different flavors. But just look at the colors and things like that. It's so pretty. And then you've got the salad next to it. Doesn't that look yummy? So the wasabi, of course, like I said, you can either do, so we'll make up tamari or low sodium soy sauce. And then we've got, there's two of them. You can either use the powder, which you'll see, let me grab the powder and I'll show you what it looks like. This is easy to keep on hand, little wasabi powder. You just mix it, it tells you exactly the directions. You just mix it with a little bit of water and you just keep stirring it up. It's really good. It's a good one. But I wanted to try the one. This one is actually prepared wasabi in a tube. So I just took it out of the tube and it says hot and it's gluten-free, which is really nice. So you can keep, it's got horseradish, a little horseradish and stuff in it. So we're going to try this one tonight because we've always used the wasabi powder. So we're going to try the mixed and see what that's like. Usually $2.99, $3.99 for both, but you can keep this in your pantry a long time. So that's what we're going to be dipping everything in. So I think that is it. We've got everything going. I hope you guys enjoyed. Love you guys. Any questions or anything like that before I think we've got like a couple minutes left. Other than how much is Jerry going to eat? salad dressing. So the dressing ingredients, let me pull it down here. And you've got the recipes are all on the site. So if you go to the meetup site, you can pull all these recipes down. It'll take you up to a Google site to do that. But it's 4 tablespoons of tahini. If you're writing, I'll talk slow. You got it? Okay. And then I'll just walk through it real quick. 6 tablespoons of low sodium soy sauce or tamari. And then you can, of course, gluten-free. And then 3 tablespoons of either maple syrup, agave, date paste, or you can use a little bit of monk fruit to give you the sweetness. 3 tablespoons rice vinegar. 1.5 tablespoons of fresh ginger, or you could use the powdered if you have that. And then I put 2 teaspoons of hot sauce, but if you can go, I would start out, if you're going to do the hot sauce, start out with like maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon and then go up, because it's definitely a little bit spicy, but it's really good. So, and then you mix it up. I mean, just mix it up in a bowl, all ready to go. Very good. All right. Any other questions? All right. Well, take a bet how much Jerry's going to eat. He may be little, but he eats a lot, I guarantee you. So I hope you guys enjoyed. So watch for the next class. We'll do the one in November. It's all going to be about Thanksgiving food, stuffing, all kinds of really good, rice dishes, all kinds of things like that, and a dessert. So I hope you guys enjoy me then, but otherwise, love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great rest of your night. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Looks fabulous.
Thank you.
Bye.
Enjoy.
Thank you.